guys, welcome to Miami Beach.
This is beautiful.
Hydrate this. 1942.
It does say Miami's Maverick.
Right, exactly.
So tonight we have dinner.
We have
The
dinner.
yacht.
The yacht.
Last night I'm in New York City. Today I'm on this beautiful yacht in Miami.
This is Doma in Wynwood. Just opened last week. We gotta go check out the rest of Miami. You ready?
I'm ready.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Welcome back to The American Dream. This week, we're taking you to a city that is synonymous with the American Dream. And to me, it's a little slice of paradise. You're gonna be seeing the best properties, the best restaurants, and you're gonna learn a thing or two along the way. We're going to Miami, and I couldn't be more thrilled to introduce you to who you're about to see next. He's everything you think of when you think Miami Beach, and for that reason, he's our guide to explore one of the most glamorous cities in America. Take it away.
Hey, sunshine.
Glenn, what's going on?
How was your trip?
It was amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, good. Good to see you.
How do you like South Point Park?
Oh, this is gorgeous. I could stay here all day.
All day? What do you mean all day?
Why would I leave?
We gotta get out of here.
What am I gonna go see? Well, I do want to eat some Cubano sandwiches, and really, I want to know what Miami is like.
Well, listen, Golden Girl, they have water in San Diego. We gotta go check out the rest of Miami.
All
You
right.
ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
By the way, that's the Continuum.
Okay.
And that's the Portofino. So south of 5th, being one of the most wealthiest communities
Yes.
down here. It's got its own zip code. It's got its own school district. It's
I feel the affluence here.
time. Great restaurants. Smith & Walensky. You got Il Molino.
Yep.
Just great stuff.
Glenn, I feel like my sunnies are way
Your
too
what?
San Diego. My sunnies.
Sunnies.
Yeah.
What's a sunny?
Well, these sunglasses.
Oh, sunglasses.
Yeah, jeez. Don't you feel like these are a little too San Diego?
They're a little San Diego.
Okay, I think I need some. Do you have any that are more Miami?
I do have one Miami, actually.
I had a feeling you'd come in clutch with some extra sunglasses.
Wear them well.
Okay.
Be careful.
Are these?
You break them, you buy them.
What are these?
Versace's.
Versace?
Yeah, Versace. That's it.
Did you steal these off a celeb?
I did not. I bought them off a shelf.
Okay, so where are we right now?
So we are in Brickell. There was just actually a $14.3 million grant from the city that's going to clean this up underneath the railway from here. This is the Metro Rail.
Okay.
From here all the way back to the end of Brickell, which is literally only 14 blocks, but it's the most densely populated area down from New York City. The population is quadrupled in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So if you look
Miami's
at-
known as the Magic City because it's grown so much in the last 100 years.
This
right?
area, there was nothing. Every lot was vacant. There was nothing here.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Oh my God, it's a huge iguana crossing.
Crossing the road, watch out.
They have that in San Diego?
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Get bit by sharks, but not an iguana.
Everybody respect them? Everyone?
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do, run it over?
No, you can't.
Bro, break your
all these
car
people
on that
from-
thing.
Okay, I feel like I'm officially
You're officially in Miami?
in the city, yeah.
You're in.
Before we go anywhere else, I'm so thirsty. Can we get a drink somewhere?
You know what the rule of Miami is, right? Stay hydrated.
The rule? Oh,
Stay
okay.
hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Right,
All right.
exactly.
Okay.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We're at the Epic. Let's go grab that drink. I know you're thirsty.
I feel like this is the right place to be, and I'm so thirsty.
Leave your sunnies.
Give me my sunnies.
Leave your sunnies back there. All right, let's rock and roll. And this is like one of the top restaurants around.
Is it so sick that you have to have your sunglasses on?
Trying to be a wise guy.
Well, a little bit.
Hydrate this. 1942.
So what do you think of Glen Asher, right? Snazzy, fabulous. We're so thrilled to be partnered with such a force in Miami. Up next, we have a special treat. We're gonna check out modern day Miami and blast ourselves into the past and explore a very significant home built by the maverick of Miami, Alfred Browning Parker. Check it out.
Amit,
How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Oh,
What is-
man.
oh, you brought it.
I did. Great
Hey,
to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Man, I stopped reading books in college. What is this? What did you send me?
I'm glad you brought it, actually. I didn't think you'd bring it, but I got to show you something. Come on.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about this place, and
Man.
hopefully it starts to make sense
Yeah.
with the book.
This property
And
is
now-
amazing.
And look at this. The architect, this is one of the most famous architects.
Okay.
His name is Alfred Browning Parker. Have you ever heard of Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yes.
So he takes after him. He does so many things with a pretty much a local feel.
Sure.
And so
It does say Miami's Maverick Mall.
right, exactly. So he's really good with that, with the architecture. People love these homes. Problem is, living in Miami with the sun and the views and everything, I don't have too many people looking at homes like this.
Sure.
That's why I send you the book, so maybe you can.
That makes sense. You know what? I glanced at it, but I want to know in person. Tell me about this property. I get a sense that it's this mid-century modern
Right.
with this grand outdoor area, but it's an extension of indoor. Tell me about the
Right,
property.
exactly. So you did read a bit, so that's great. That's great. And so with this property, basically there's lots of woods, lots of darks. So as far as the property, it looks like this inside.
Okay.
So it's pretty awesome like that. So one of my challenges as an agent was trying to get people to come here and to look at a property like this, because it doesn't have views, like I
Sure.
mentioned. So what we did is I flew in my videographer from California, all the way from California.
Hey.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't blame you.
This home probably had so many great memories in the past. And what we're doing is we're creating a story with memories
Sure.
like that. And we think we're gonna really totally kill it with the video. The kids are cute. We are so excited about it. And
Pull
we,
at the heartstrings a little bit, make it
yeah,
emotional.
you know, we gotta do what we gotta
Completely.
do. But I think in the end, someone is gonna love this house. And that's why I sent you the book.
I love these type of homes. It really is becoming a trend for people to revitalize a property, anywhere from Seattle to, of course, here in Miami, for
Right.
people to take these properties, put their own personal touches on it, and really keep some of that character and that history, because there's a lot, as you see in that book, that goes with it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you're so excited about that, because that's the feeling I'm trying to get others to feel.
Just attached to the property.
Exactly.
100%.
Beautiful. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Come on.
Alfred Browning Parker lived from 1916 to 2011, and he was a modernist architect who is one of the best-known post-World War II residential architects. He gained fame for his highly published modern houses in the region around Miami, Florida. Alfred Browning Parker designed well over 500 projects in his 60-year career. Most notable were his own homes, especially the homes he designed for himself on Royal Road and in Gables Estates. In 2008, the University of Florida announced the creation of the Alfred Browning Parker Architecture Archives Endowment to support and strengthen this effort to preserve the architectural history of Florida. You've seen that old, now you're gonna check out that new. People don't say new. It doesn't sound right. Hit it.
Hi, I'm Lynn Schwarber with Comey and Shepherd Realtors, and I am here in Over the Rhine with the beautiful and magnificent music hall behind me. And right down the street, just a block away, is the most unique antique and architectural salvage store in the Queen City. It's called the Wooden Nickel Antique Shop, and it's been here on Central Parkway for the past 40 years. Walking into the Wooden Nickel is like stepping back in time. Where did you get that from?
That came from the restaurant in San Antonio.
Owner Michael Williams finds his treasures all over the world.
This is an ice cream bar from Chicago, a soda fountain ice cream bar.
The Wooden Nickel is a sprawling antique shop housed inside 3 buildings. It's packed full, floor to ceiling, with one-of-a-kind pieces, making it look more like a museum than a store. How much would something like this cost?
This one I'm asking $65,000. The Big Brunswick bar I'm asking $125,000 for.
So your clients for these would be?
Bars, restaurants, hotels.
Williams has several massive hand-carved bars that he salvages from old restaurants, transports here, and restores. This one caught the eye of Jeff Ruby. Williams sold him this incredible bar that truly makes a statement in the center of Ruby's glitzy downtown steakhouse.
It was made by a company in Cincinnati called Rothschild in 1893. It went to New York and then went to Seattle. And we brought it back from Seattle, and Mr. Ruby saw it and had to have it. It's down there, it's spectacular.
You can find smaller salvage and antique pieces here as well, from stained glass windows and light fixtures to unique furniture, doors, mantles, hardware, and there's even a moose head. If you're renovating an old home or just want to find a really unique architectural piece for your space, chances are you'll find it here.
Architectural salvage, they started in architectural salvage. We bought the contents of buildings as before they came down. Lots and lots of them. It's sad. They don't tear down buildings in Europe. Here they have. It's amazing what has been torn down here in the United States. And we've saved a lot of things over the years.
Over the Rhine itself is a neighborhood enjoying renewed life. For decades, this area was allowed to fall into urban decay, riddled with abandoned buildings, drugs, and crime. But over the past decade, a renaissance has happened. Restaurants, bars, shops, and street after street of townhouses, lofts, and $500,000 condos have transformed this neighborhood. This is one of the largest, most intact urban historic districts in the United States, with hundreds of buildings that are excellent examples of Italianate, Greek Revival, and Queen Anne architecture. Cincinnati's rich German history is also evident in the many churches here. Some of the artifacts Williams has salvaged came from buildings right here and over the Rhine. He says he's finding more people are appreciating the history and craftsmanship in them.
The TV shows have helped. All those repurposed shows and the American Pickers and all those kind of things. There's interest because of that.
So the next time you're here in Over the Rhine, pay special attention to the amazing architecture around you. And you might want to stop in to the Wooden Nickel, where you can take a piece of that history home with you. For the American Dream, I'm Lynn Schwarber. Now back to you.
This is Doma in Wynwood, just opened last week. Really hot spot.
Fine art, fine cuisine. They go hand in hand.
That's kind of what Miami's all about.
Yeah.
You know, the new Miami at least.
Yeah.
So what was Wynwood like a few years ago? What is it now?
Dude, this place was all industrial, no development. So Moishe Mana came in, bought out a ton of space, sold a lot of all the big developers, and they said, you know, this industry district could be transformed from warehouse to new and cool.
Yeah.
So Wynwood is kind of like the Williamsburg in New York, but not as grungy.
Okay.
It's got a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, great food. So the chefs here are actually trained under Michelin star chefs, and they open their own restaurant.
Wow. Okay.
And like, it's small. Look, there's what, 20 tables?
Yeah, it's an
great.
intimate feeling, but it's also very trendy and warm.
That's it.
You can just tell it. Whatever's about to come out of that kitchen is going to be good.
You normally don't see. Hey, what is up, man? How are you? Pull over a chair. Grab a chair.
We're here to experience Miami. He's brought us to the best restaurant in town.
So I told him he's smart man. Because people can get more than just a restaurant. They can walk outside, they go in the gallery. I know a friend of mine, I think it's a mutual friend, went to the gallery and spent a lot of money and got some beautiful artwork,
How
right?
much is one of the pieces in there?
Actually, this artist is Rena, who's a French artist.
But you change it, right?
They change it every 3 weeks. They change it so they can actually, the front of the building changes as well with it.
Oh, really?
Wow. So
That's
they
pretty cool.
repaint the entire the private property in front.
You know, Wynwood is totally different than any other neighborhood in Miami.
It
It's
feels
really
like it.
artsy.
Yes.
You know, you got the Wynwood walls, you have a ton of restaurants,
Yep.
you got great food.
Got a lot of character. Just everybody tries something different. Yeah.
And that was what the inspiration behind this project. Because we're next to the railroad track,
Right.
the Florida East Coast Railroad. The project is actually called the Wynwood Track.
You know, moving to New York with a big business, came here, left it there, go back once in a while, went back and forth, and decided this is a better quality of life.
That's it, yeah.
Right? You know?
Life is what it's
If you could do it here and make it here and have your business here, life is great.
I mean, that place looked awesome. A restaurant built into the train tracks with its own gallery next door. Miami has got it going on. If you thought that was cool, though, wait till you see what we have going on in your town.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The American Dream. I want to welcome our next guest, Otis Wellborn. He's a realtor with eXp Realty. Otis, great to see you.
Good morning, Jen. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. How are you doing, Otis?
I am doing very, very well here in Cincinnati.
Well, Otis, this is the first time that I've had the pleasure of speaking with you, and I want to talk a little bit about your backstory. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to go into real estate.
Okay, great. I am a Cincinnati native. I was born and raised here. Prior to real estate, I actually was in law enforcement for about 11 years total. A couple different agencies, but mostly here in Cincinnati with Cincinnati PD. And then one day I just decided to take my talents elsewhere. My wife said, hey, I think you should get into real estate. So I did, and it's been just an absolutely successful journey. I hit the ground running. A Circle of Excellence Award winner both my first couple of years, and actually I was just named the Realtor on the Rise in the Cincinnati Real Producers book.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk a little bit about your brokerage, eXp Realty. Why did you choose to go with them? Why do you think that they support the success that you're so driven to achieve?
I chose to go with eXp, number one, because it's a cloud-based brokerage. It's agent-owned, and it's just really something that you don't hear traditionally. It's not your traditional brick-and-mortar building. I'm a very independent and mobile type of agent, so I'm not the kind of agent that'll sit in the office. You know, statistics show that most successful agents don't spend time in the office, and I felt like I was a great fit for eXp. Number one, we offer quality care and customer service to our clients when it comes to buying and selling, but most importantly, it's a brokerage that actually empowers the agent. It empowers the agent with multiple streams of income, as well as it gives us the opportunity to expand our teams across the United States without just being contained to, one city or one state.
It empowers the agent to do what you do best. You are a top producer, Otis, and as you mentioned, a multiple award winner. So you are the perfect person for us to talk to about the market in Cincinnati. What are you seeing for 2019? Are you noticing any changes? What should we be aware of?
Currently, right now, I would say, people are still buying homes, but currently it's starting to slow up a little bit. And it's not necessarily a bad thing for people that's trying to list their house. It's still a good time to list your home. But I think due to the interest rates kind of going up a little bit in the last quarter, it started to, shift a little bit to where it went from like a seller's market to maybe slowly going into a buyer's market, to where it's slowing up the sales, but people are still buying.
Fantastic news there. And just a fun fact before I let you go, I love how creative you are with your marketing, and you actually have a Wellborn Experience song and jingle that you use for branding. What made you come up with this idea?
You know what? Branding is everything, and I'm all about branding myself, and it is causing a stir here in Cincinnati, and I can't wait for more people across the country, even across the world, to hear my song. Branding is everything. I feel like it's one of the things that separates me from the agents here in the tri-state area.
Absolutely, and we're going to tease that. I think you're going to give us a taste of that song in your promo, so our viewers need to stick around and be sure to check that out as well. Otis, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, and be sure to tune in YouTube to catch my jingle on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and we'll be right back with more of The American Dream.
Study after study shows that no matter what generation they belong to, the majority of Americans still believe in the American dream of home ownership. Even those elusive millennials these days, 78% of them believe that owning a home is a very important part of their American dream. So let's take a look at the net worth of someone who has owned a home the majority of their lives versus someone who has rented. There was a recent study done on Americans that are age 65 or older. Take a look at their net worth. It's over $319,000 for those that own a home versus $6,700 for someone who rents. The majority of that net worth, or a big part of it, is actually in home equity. $143,000 out of that $319,000 stems from home equity. You know, the fact that, you know, the things we've talked about before, how you can create wealth through owning a home, some forced equity, paying down a principal, the appreciation of the home, et cetera, et cetera. And then let's also compare that to the median average rent in this country over the last 20 years by taking a look at this chart. It's just gone up and up and up. So as we've said in the past, you're paying a mortgage one way or the other. It's either your own or your landlord's. So why not get off the fence sooner rather than later and start creating some real wealth for you and your family through the American dream of home ownership. This has been Ryan Kiefer with Prime Lending and your Mortgage Minute.
Tina, last week we actually talked about phishing and cyber fraud. That's phishing with a PH. It's such a hot topic right now. It's happening all the time and everywhere. It's here locally too.
It is. One of the owners actually at Simply Money, who does a financial segment on one of the local news channels here, he actually tried to file his taxes, and to his surprise, someone else had already filed it for him, and they took his refund. Most people don't even have internet security at all.
Hey, pretty much anymore. You need to treat it like it's not a matter of if, it's when it's going to happen to you. So we really just want to urge you to be very careful when wiring funds to the title company or to the seller.
Yeah, don't get upset if there's a policy in place that may seem inconvenient. It's only to protect you guys.
Hey, we're Ken and Tina with Priority National Title, and that is your title tip of this week.
Life-changing moments are sometimes paying attention when you have a minute to hear from one of the greatest. And right now, we are bringing you one of the greatest, David Meltzer. He is an entrepreneur, speaker, complete game changer in mindset. He is an author. He's incredible. I want to start right off with people who have limiting beliefs. And this is such a big topic. We could sit here for an hour, but let's just hone it right in. Limiting beliefs.
It's amazing how many people think, say, and do the right things, but they limit what they believe, and even worse, they're not aware of their unconscious competency, which has a duality. One is the energetic attraction. So many people do all these right things, and then they attract the exact same thing in their lives, and they do that energetically, and they're not aware of it. And then secondly, genetically, we have personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, all types of things that we've inherited from usually 4 generations down, and we're not aware of the effect of that. And so what happens is we go into situations, whether it's our profession, our relationships, our addictions, and we limit ourselves, we limit our power. And the biggest problem with people today is they don't ask for enough.
You know, I have no problem asking. I can be told no. I'll be told no 1,000 times, but the yes is so beautiful.
Yeah, I love no. I have a philosophy about no, right? I dream and always say, look, what if you were only 25 no's away from getting what you want? How excited would you be after the first no, the 10th no, and especially the 24th no? But yet, I know your attitude shared with mine. It's like most people hear no, and it's like you were saying earlier, like what you have to do. You look forward to what you have to do. It's not what I have to do, you say.
It's what I get to do.
You get to do. Same philosophy with no. It's an unexpected opportunity.
And sometimes the no's are just as much of a blessing. I am so thankful for so many no's in my life. I don't know about you. And then the yeses that were right, you're like, oh. And we tend to get this stuck position of kind of groveling in the midst of a no or a stuck. How do you tell somebody when you're sitting in that position that you feel like it's stuck and you don't know which way to go? How do you press through?
What I'm looking for is the universe to tell me. So I actually take a universal sense of no. If we're involved in a business deal and I'm trying to get an answer from you and you tell me, oh, my son got sick and I can't make it, that's 1 no. And then maybe my tire breaks when I'm going to see you, that's 2 no. These could be very legitimate reasons. And at that third, here's the interesting thing about the third universal no, is that if something happens for the 3rd time, and for example, we couldn't do this interview 3 straight times, I would call you, Amy, and say, you know what, Amy, this isn't the right way or the perfect time. I'm very interested in doing it, but I have other things I need to do. When you're ready, please let me know. What happens is 50% of the time, there's no resistance, and someone like you says, oh, let's do it right now. And the other 50% of the time, it never happens. And what I've just done is saved all that time, energy, and emotion, allowing the universe to tell me what the guided path is. As a manipulator earlier in my life, someone that could sell you how to be in control, an ego-based life, not a radically humble life, then I actually extracted value by selling, overselling, back-end selling, manipulating, and even lying at times. Instead, I shifted the paradigm of value that says, every morning I wake up, may God put in front of me 10 people I can help. May I provide as much value to my wife and my children as I can, and then my immediate family, then my business, then my community, then my country, and then the world. And every single thing that I do is just based on how much value I can provide, trusting in what we talked about earlier, that I create a void for the universe to fill. And if I'm asking correctly, if I'm in receivership, where things are coming through me for others, more and more things happen that I want to happen in my life.
I hope that our viewers watching right now even took 10% of what you just shared, because it's life-changing information that literally could shift everything. And I can't thank you enough for being on the show today, bringing this. I hope that everybody realizes to follow you online, because even watching some of your videos, they're funny, they're informational, it's awesome. They could get nuggets every day that could help change this mindset, because it only takes a little bit of time for something to become a habit. You just got to do it. And you got to do it every day, consistent, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on The American Dream today. An honor to meet you.
It's a dream to be with you, Amy. Thank you.
Make sure you follow David Meltzer. Follow us here at The American Dream. Check out his stuff. Follow the positive message that is being sent out. It could change your life. We'll be right back with more.
At the end of the day, nothing is promised tomorrow, so it's all about living in the moment today.
The American dream to me is all about freedom. Here I am, I'm from New York City. Last night I'm in New York City. Today I'm on this beautiful yacht in Miami because I have the freedom of choice to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I chose that a long time ago, that I wanted to live a life with no boundaries. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm supporting the show.
It's all about living in a beautiful city, doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, with the people you love, and just having the time of your life every single day.
I love the American dream because it's a different angle on getting in touch with some of the real estate, some of the people, some of the communities, and not necessarily just solely based on some sort of a reality TV show and following characters. It's more about what's real in front of you and the subject matter at hand and the community, really, and the surroundings.
When I first heard about the American dream, I thought to myself, that's basically what I've been living. I got here 18 years ago, and I was lucky enough to get on that track of living the American dream, which is come with nothing and make something of myself. So that attracted me to the concept. After I learned more about it, I actually understood that it was about, positive message of what you can do and what real estate and other things can mean to people. So yeah, it's all good.
Being able to provide the best possible life and legacy for my children and for my family, living a life of ease and comfort. And I think I've persevered and had a lot of tenacity throughout mine in order to create something, and to live here is like a dream.
It's all about working hard, doing what you want, and being happy with it.
Glen, why didn't you take me on that boat, buddy? I've got my white blazer. I mean, these guys are living the American dream for sure. If you think you have a great story for the American dream that tells a story of both real estate and entrepreneurship, we would love to have it on our show. And until then, dream on and dream big.
the Cuban lunch today in Old World land.
I thought that was tomorrow.
Okay, is that the taco
That's
place?
tomorrow,
Perfect.
correct.